skill. Today I am going to show you an old trap. Let's start the game. White starts d4, black d5, white c4, black e6, white move the knight on c3, black move the knight on f6, white move the knight on f3, black move the bishop on e7, white move the bishop on g5, black castle, white move the pawn on e3, black move the knight on d7, white move the queen on c2. This old variation was for a long time considered less effective than the orthodox. Black moved the pawn on c5, white c into d5, black knight into d5, white knight into d5, black move the bishop on g5. This is dubious move. White takes advantage of this move. White move the pawn on h4. This is good move. Black move the queen on a5 check. Bad move. White move the pawn on b4. This is a good move. Black c into b4. White queen into h7 check. This is a brilliant move. Black move the king on h7. White h into g5. Black move the king on g6. White give the check of knight on e7 and checkmate.
Okay.
Now I am going to show you Cambridge Springs trap. Let's start the game. White move the pawn on d4, black e6, white c4, black knight f6, white move the knight on c3, black move the pawn on d5, white move the knight f3, black move the knight on d7, white move the bishop on g5, black pawn on c6, white move the pawn on e3, black move the queen on a5,